They said human evolution was settled. Until this, scientists have just uncovered a genetic twist so shocking it has left labs around the world scrambling. This so-called forbidden mutation, found in black DNA, is rewriting what we know about humanity. And some say it's the reason Africa's story has been hidden for centuries. But before we continue, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Now let's get back to the video. For years, mainstream science painted a picture that put Africa as the cradle of humanity, but kept Africa out of the conversation about modern human superiority, innovation, and resilience. But this new discovery might change that forever. Researchers are saying this genetic marker could explain unique strength, endurance, resistance to certain diseases, and even enhanced brain development found across African populations. It all started with a deep dive into our genes. Scientists compared ancient and modern genomes looking for clues about our past. That's when they spotted something strange, a mutation dancing in African populations that shouldn't exist according to the old models of evolution. Some are calling it forbidden because it doesn't match the expected timeline for human genetic drift. This mutation isn't rare. It's widespread in African-descended people, meaning it's been passed down for thousands of years, shaping entire civilizations without anyone realizing. But hold on. Before you start thinking of this as some kind of superpower, let's break it down. This mutation isn't a single gene. It's a big change in our DNA, a kind of genetic edit that's been copied and pasted over generations. So what does this mutation do? Picture your DNA as a giant instruction manual for your body. This mutation is like a sticky note on one of the pages, telling the cell to do something a little different. And what that something is still a mystery. Early studies suggest it could be linked to faster muscle recovery, higher bone density, and even resistance to deadly viruses like malaria. Others believe it could be tied to cognitive strengths, creativity, memory, and problem-solving skills, things you don't read about in the history books when Africa is mentioned. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. This mutation seems to have popped up only in Africa, specifically in people with ancestry from West Africa. And it's not just showing up randomly. It's a big deal because it's widespread. We're talking about millions of people across generations. This isn't a small-scale genetic quirk. It's a potential game-changer in understanding human evolution. Imagine if someone had told you the secret to longer life was hidden in an ancient African tribe. You probably wouldn't have believed them, would you? Well, that's the kind of discovery that's shaking up the scientific world. Some researchers are hesitantly excited. After all, this discovery could rewrite the history of human evolution. It may confirm what many have long suspected, that Africa's genetic diversity holds secrets that could transform our understanding of the human story. This isn't just about dusty textbooks. It's about modern applications, too. Think of it as the key to personalized medicine, where treatments are tailored to your unique genetic makeup. This could be the breakthrough we've been waiting for in the fight against diseases that disproportionately affect African populations. But it's not all sunshine and roses. There's a storm brewing in some corners of the scientific community, and it's all about control. You see, unraveling these genetic secrets is one thing, but who's going to profit from it? Big Pharma? The biotech industry? Or will African scientists and communities take the lead? It's a question we need to answer before this genetic gold rush turns into another scramble for Africa's resources. And here's the thing. This isn't the first time African genetics shook the scientific community. From the earliest Homo sapiens fossils being found in Africa to groundbreaking DNA studies that traced all humans back to an African woman, science has repeatedly confirmed Africa is humanity's foundation. Yet, despite these discoveries, Africa's role in shaping human evolution is often overlooked or minimized. It's as if the world wants to erase Africa's contributions to our shared history. However, this new mutation is changing the narrative once again. It's forcing us to confront the uncomfortable truth that Africa's genetic legacy has been stolen and distorted for far too long. The panic is real, and it's led by those who stand to lose the most. Centuries of scientific racism and the exploitation of African bodies have given way to a system where white Western science is considered the gold standard. When discoveries like this come along, it challenges the very foundations of this system. Think about it. If this mutation proves Africa holds unique, superior genetic adaptations, it flips the narrative completely. The implications are staggering. It questions everything we thought we knew about human progress, intelligence, and survival. It undermines the racist pseudoscience that fueled slavery and segregation. It challenges the notion of Western supremacy. And that's why some are in a state of panic. For centuries, the narrative has been straightforward. Africa is where humans began, but it's Europe or America where humans evolved into modern, advanced beings. This new discovery threatens to shatter that illusion, revealing the truth that Africa is not just the cradle of humanity, but also the wellspring of human evolution. Some scientists are worried. They fear this discovery will overturn not just theories, but entire careers, funding, and reputations built on the old models. They've dedicated their lives to studying human origins, and their work has always pointed to Africa. But now, the data is leading them in a new direction, and they're not sure where to go. Picture yourself in their shoes. Sure. You've spent years chasing answers, and each step has led you deeper into the African story. But now you're facing a reality that challenges everything you've ever believed. It's a moment of truth, and many are choosing to shut their eyes to the evidence. Take the fossil record, for example. For decades, it's been the cornerstone of our understanding of human evolution. But as more fossils are unearthed, especially in Africa, the picture is changing dramatically. Fossils like Homo, 65,000 years old, found in Ethiopia, are rewriting the narrative. They're pushing back the timeline of modern human behavior and proving beyond doubt that Africa is where it all happened. But it's not just about fossils. Genetics is painting an even clearer picture. Take the mitochondrial Eve, for instance. This is the woman who all humans alive today can trace their mitochondrial DNA back to. And guess where she lived? Yep, in Africa. Science has traced our maternal line back to her, solidifying Africa's central role in our species' journey. Yet despite this overwhelming evidence, some still cling to outdated theories. They refuse to acknowledge that Africa is the true cradle of human evolution. It's a painful truth that challenges their beliefs, their research, and even their identities. And let's be honest, facing up to this truth means confronting our own biases and assumptions. It means acknowledging that Africa's story is not just a chapter in our history books, but the foundation on which our entire story is built. But there's hope on the horizon. A new generation of African scientists is emerging, armed with cutting-edge technology and a determination to reclaim their continent's narrative. They're unearthing fossils, sequencing DNA, and piecing together the story of human evolution like never before. They're proving that Africa is not just where our story began, but where it continues to thrive and evolve. So here's the burning question. Could this be the discovery that forces science to tell the full truth about African heritage? Could it be the start of a revolution in medicine and history where Black DNA is finally celebrated instead of hidden? One thing is clear, the world can no longer ignore Africa's place at the center of the human story. But what do you think? Is this a game changer, or just another way for science to exploit African heritage? Let's keep the conversation going. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters. Together, we can rewrite the narrative and celebrate the true cradle of humanity. Thank you for joining me on this eye-opening journey through the world of genetics and human evolution. If you found this video informative and thought-provoking, I invite you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And if you want to dive deeper into the fascinating world of genetics and ancestry, check out the links in the description below. They'll take you on a journey through your own family tree, uncovering surprises and stories you never knew you had. Remember, your roots run deeper than you think. Keep exploring and stay curious. Until next time, stay curious.